labi na kay Omar, kay Harold, kay Lian de Viste, kay akong amigo nga si Kiko Barsaga. Tanan diri, assalamualaikum. Sa mga taga Davao, nawa pa kailan ako. This is not the first. Kailan mo na ako? Wa man dagan kailan, Bisaya man ko. Pero Ilongga gid ako. Pero kay sa Dumaguete man ko nag-high school niya ang akong mga pariente dagan kay kuryente Bisaya. That's why Cebuano po ko. Dagan mga guwansod sa Cebu. The first time I met Rodrigo Duterte was a historical event. We campaigned for President Cory Aquino against Marcos and his warlords. Your Lola Soling was then our leader here in Davao. Hindi ka pa na tao, Omar. So, officer in charge diri as Vice Mayor si Rodrigo Duterte. Ako ang officer in charge, Mayor sa Cadiz City, Negros Occidental. I was 27 years old. But like Rodrigo Duterte, I was used to gangsters and private armies and ang mga komunista, taggan kayo sa Negros sa una kay Sugar man me. Ako may nag-Vice President for the Visayas dito sa city, League of Cities, kaya wa may musugot, kaya hadlok man sila tanan mo atong Mindanao. So ako ilang gipili, I was 27 years old, gipaadto ko nila dire kay Digong. That's the first time I met this man that everybody was talking about. And I said, I want to meet this Rodrigo Duterte, so I will go. Mag-bulletproof vest ka, Mayor, magganyan ka. Ano ba mag-bulletproof vest si Anton si Digong? Kailangan ka ba mag-bulletproof vest nga na siya dito? So I came here, that's the first time I met him with Juni Basco. I remember this meeting clearly because we were building a new nation. We were building a new democracy. We toppled warlords in Mindanao and in the Visayas, our very own Armin Bustilo. But here was Rodrigo Duterte, a lawyer, a former fiscal, and son of Tia Soling, who stood against the Marcoses here and all their warlords. So I came to meet him. 27 anyos lang ko, niyan siya, Mayor. At tungkol ko nga, kanang imong pusil, mao mo na yung pinakamahal nga pusil sa kalibutan. He did not ask me any question. He just asked me about the gun I was carrying. So I said, this man is after my own heart. Because instead of talking about politics, he asked me to see my gun. At that time, I was carrying, yes, the most expensive handgun in the world. It was called an HK P7. At that time, very hard to get that. Yun lang ang hiningi niya sa akin, na makita niya lang yung baril na yan na sinasabi, yan daw ang pinakamahal na pusin sa bilog na kalibutan. And that's when I said, hindi nga tao ni this man is going to be a very strong leader of the nation someday. And wala din ko nagsala. Kaya as I looked at his career, we met again. We met again on paper in the Commission on Elections, Vice President. Rodrigo Duterte, Mayor of Davao, was substituting for Dino. The problem with the certificate of candidacy was Dino signed the candidacy for Mayor of Pasay, not President of the Philippines. And therefore, there was a technicality, and somebody objected. The case was ruffled to me. Prior to that, the case of Grace Poe was ruffled also to me, and I disqualified Grace Poe on the ground that as a foundling, she was not natural born, and therefore could not run for President of the Philippines. Yeah. Here comes Rodrigo Duterte. Substitute siyang Dino. Unsa naman ni si Dino ay nagpirma naman itong certificate of candidacy. Mayor sa Pasay may gimutang dito his soul. Di ba? The case again was ruffled to me. So again, Rodrigo Duterte and I met on paper. Now remember, I was appointed Commissioner of COMELEC and was chair of that division. I was appointed on recommendation of Liberal Party members. I was not in PC, I had no party. I was before that Commissioner of COA, professor in the UP College of Law, practicing lawyer, then former consultant, chief of staff of Miriam Santiago. I called my division commissioners to a meeting and said, first I called my father, who was a judge, at Summa Cum Laude at Siliman, that's why I speak Cebuano. I said, I have a problem. Duterte's candidacy is for mayor. He said, what happened? It's like this, like that. Where did he find it? I said, yes, he found it in COMELEC. Is it not that when you run for mayor, you find it in Pasay City? I said, yes, but you find it in Manila. I said, therefore, the intent of that thing was to run for president, not for mayor of Pasay. As usual, my father, Judge Sixto Rojas Manson, Summa Cum Laude of Silvan University, was correct. So I called a meeting and I said, our job in the Commission on Elections is to ensure that the will of the people will be respected. No politician called me after that. I said it is our job to ensure that the election laws are applied fairly and justly, and that therefore the people must be given their right to choose the president of this land. And all of you lawyers will know that I needed an argument to support that decision. And the argument that I used is, of course, in Latin, lacuna legis. There is a gap in the law. There is a gap in the law and therefore needed interpretation. And when you interpret a gap in the law, you must interpret it in favor of the people. In favor of the people. Not against the people. So when I called my commissioners and said, this is my decision, how will you vote? And they said, ma'am, we vote with you. You vote with me regardless of the consequences. Remember, President Aquino was seated in Malacanang. There were candidates of the Liberal Party, and I said, I know that man. I know that Rodrigo Duterte we have met. I trust, I have faith in the people. I have faith in the Filipino people that they will choose the right leader. And that, my friends, is the reason why I'm here. And on a final word, I have to tell you, bakit si Rowena Guanzon na dilawan mo na? Dilawan mo na! Kaning tao din ako, sige, sabok-sabok ako. Siya, dilawan mo kang anong natudul mo kang Bibi-Sara karon. Ayaw na yun si Bibi-Sara, ayaw na lang nag-iskutan kay karon ang kinahanlan mo, daog yun si Sara for president! Kung dilaw ka, kung pulaw ka, kung pink ka, kung blue ka, kung sa... Wala na minimum kaakig. Wala kami kaakig sa inyo. Upod na lang kita diritanan kay Sara para sa aton pungsod. Yes! Kung hindi si Sara Duterte magpresidente, walang mananagot. Kaya si Rowena Guanzon magsasara Duterte. Kasi Sara Duterte lang ang presidente na kung siya manalo, may mananagot. Ilang taon ako sa politika. Sa tiyan pa lang na nanay ko, 67 years old na ako ngayon. Politiko na ako. Good member na nanay ko, 30. Wala pa ako nakita ng gobyerno na ganito. Puro kapag nanakaw. Nakawatan. Ang kailangan ng Pilipinas, reforma. zero corruption, zero tolerance. That is why this early, I already commit my support to you, Vice President Sara Duterte. Whether I run for senator or not, I am going to campaign, as I am campaigning now, for Sara Duterte, who will be the next president of the Philippines. At sa mga Bisaya, mga Ilonggo, mga Waray, sa Visayas, abalo na magkamutanan, na ang Negros Occidental, wala yun ang Marcos ever since, because i-bankrupt niya during martial law. My family, he confiscated our electric plant. All families were confiscated. Ang sugar, in-monopolize ang sugar trading. So we had to stop planting. Our people starved because we had to stop planting. Why would we plant if we're going to lose money? Now Marcos Bongbong is doing it again. He is smuggling sugar. That's why our sugar prices from Negros Occidental are down. Down by more than 600 pesos per kilo bag. You know what that means? That means hundreds, thousands of workers will be out of jobs in the next 2 years if this continues. Smuggling of sugar, smuggling of fuel. Smuggling of fuel is now going on in our borders. Marcos wants us to feel that he is the one solving our problems. But in fact, it is Marcos who created all these problems. Ang gutom, ang unemployment, high inflation, trade deficit, budget deficit, kaya pangawat na sa nanamwaya ang atong deficit. That's why, my friends, I am putting my faith on Sara Duterte for president. I see only that Sara Duterte, even with her quiet, calm demeanor, has the strength of character and the integrity to be our leader and run our country from the bottom up. Wala na tayong mamanahin kay Marcos. Puro utang, puro pangawat. We need a leader that will rise from these ashes and lead us back into a bright day. My friends, it is my honor to be in Davao City again, to be with the family of Rodrigo Duterte, and to wish him a happy birthday despite his circumstances, and to show my support for Vice President Sara Duterte for 2028.
Thank you very much.